I'm going to start this video off with some very wise words from a man named Joseph Campbell. We must all let go of the life we have planned, so as to accept the one that is waiting for us. I don't know if you're able to interpret that, but it's very strong and very wise words. We all have a vision of what we want in life. We all have dreams. We all have goals. But chances are they're not going to work out the way you have it planned. You can't force happiness on yourself. You won't be happy, trust me. You'll just end up miserable. The only reason I'm making this video, and I feel that I have a right to tell you, the key to happiness, is because I've learned firsthand the very, very hard way what it's like to truly be happy. I've gone from suicidal to, God, my life couldn't get any better. There are about 4 topics, maybe 5, that I'm going to discuss in this video. We've got friendships, relationships, family, and yourself. These are the main 4 things that will affect your happiness. I'm going to start with relationships because it's one of the hardest things to deal with growing up. A lot of times you want to think with your heart, not your head, but you've really got to use both. I'm going to give you a backstory on me, on my ex. I'm going to leave his name out of it, but those who know me know exactly who I'm talking about. I was with this man for 3 years. Forgive me if I get emotional. It was a very, very bad time for me. But at the beginning, everything was so perfect. He was so sweet. He was such a gentleman. He made me feel special, made me feel loved. He actually made me feel beautiful. About a year in, things started changing. Actually, it was more like 6 months in, but it didn't get real bad until about a year. He was less of a gentleman. His words were harsh, degrading. He controlled what I wore because he didn't want people looking at me and possibly talking to me. He controlled what I did, who I talked to. I lost a lot of my friends when I was with him. He actually had me followed. When I was going to college, he would have me followed while he went to work just to make sure I wasn't running around on him. He constantly accused me of cheating on him when the entire time he was cheating on me. He was always yelling at me, blaming me for everything. God, I was miserable. But by the time the second year had come around, I had gotten so used to it, and I was like, you know what, this is what I deserve. This is as good as it's going to get. It wasn't until he put his hands on me that I ended it. Do not sit back and let yourself be abused. It's not just physical abuse. There's mental and verbal and emotional abuse. Like I said, he didn't do any physical harm, but the emotional, the verbal, and the mental abuse, I'm forever ruined. I've had people tell me, I'll start talking to them and I'll start going on about something I like, and they'll stop. I'll get quiet and I'll go, I'm sorry. Or I'll be like, I know you don't want to hear all this. And I actually had someone point that out to me. And they were like, you know what, he's damaged you to the point that you feel like you have to apologize when you're excited about something. It's been 2 years since I left him, and I'm still dealing with this. I'm telling you, relationships can really mess with you. If you have to deal with more sadness, anger, frustration, all of those negatives, if you're dealing with that more than you're happy, you're never going to be happy with that person. Misery breeds hate. You'll not only hate them, but you'll hate yourself. Don't get stuck. You have a way out. It's hard. I know it is. But you have a way out. Don't be like me and wait until he puts his hands on you. Please don't, because I know a lot of you won't have the power to say no. I know a lot of you won't have the strength or the will to leave. Okay, moving on. Let's go to friendships. Friends are very important. You need someone there to have a shoulder to cry on, to laugh with, to make memories with, to go out and have fun. You need them. As much as you may think you don't, if you're a loner, I don't care who you are, you need at least one friend in your life. I have 3 best friends, one of which I have known for about 9 years. They're all family actually, but Kristen is my best friend in the whole wide world, and I love her to death. Growing up, I didn't have friends. Up until I was 16, Kristen was my first true friend. I was always the bullied kid because I was weird. I was the outcast. I was different. Something else, a little side note. Embrace your weirdness. Please. Your weirdness is who you are. And if someone tells you you should change who you are, they're not meant to be in your life. You can tell them to kindly just leave. I'm telling you. You gotta be who you are. Don't change yourself for anyone. Unless it's for the better, of course. But I mean, if someone tells you, oh, well, you know, you dress weird, you need to dress different. No, don't. Dress the way you want to dress. Do what you want to do. Caitlin, Melly, Kristen, if y'all see this, I love you all to death. I'm so glad you're in my life. There are so many other people out there that I could say the same thing to, that I'm so thankful I've met, because there are so many. But you three, as much as I don't get along with females, you three are the only ones that I know I can come to with anything. And I love you. I love each and every one of you. There are different levels of friendships. Make sure you know who's who. You have your acquaintances, you have your friends, then you have like your close or good friends, and you have your best friends. Make sure you know which ones are which, and make sure you understand who you can actually trust and go to, because there are a lot of fake people out there. There are a lot of really shady people who are just going to be your friend to get information on you for someone else. Please be careful. If you're bullied, don't feed into it. They're only bullying you because of their own insecurities. Don't give into what they say. If it starts to get physical, tell someone. You're not going to be a snitch because of that. You're looking out for your own safety. Please, reach out to somebody. Don't stand by and let it happen. And don't do these stupid internet trends, posting up this little sign saying, I'm being bullied, please spread the... No, go tell somebody. And if someone else tries to make you do that, go find somebody. I mean, somebody will listen to you, I promise. It wasn't until I was about 19 that I had a good relationship with my mom. Growing up, we butted heads a lot, and we never saw eye to eye. Mainly because I was the rebel. I was the one that wanted to go off and do her own thing. Like, I didn't want to dress girly and all, I guess the style's preppy. I wanted to be dark and black and red and gothic, you know. I wanted to color my hair, get piercings, and look at me now. She's not happy about it, but I mean, at this point I'm 25 and there's really nothing she can do. Love you, mama. You're all gonna have that one family member that disapproves of what you do or how you are or anything. A lot of times it is your parents. If you are underage and you are still living under their roof, please be respectful. Please try to compromise with them and understand they're just trying to do what's best for you. Of course, like if you're into what I'm into, metal and, you know, gothic stuff like that, they're not, a lot of parents are not going to be thrilled. Just give it time. By the time you're old enough to move out, you can do whatever you want to do. You can do, I mean, you can listen to what you want to. You can spend your money on what you want to. I mean, you're an adult. So at that point, it doesn't matter. You have plenty of time to figure out who you are. We are all going to make mistakes. We are all going to learn from our mistakes. This is important. It's okay to go out and make mistakes. It really is. Otherwise, you will never learn who you are. You are the only one that can make yourself happy. And in order to do this, you must love yourself. You must be happy with yourself. It took me years to figure out, you know, I'm beautiful, how I am. I don't buy into media or peers or anyone and what they tell me is what, you know, society finds attractive. No, I have blue hair. I have facial piercings. I have tattoos. For instance, the one on my wrist is a burning pentagram. Yeah, I'm not exactly socially acceptable, but I don't care. I am who I am. I'm doing what I want. And look at this. I got a giant smile on my face, and it's real. It's unique. Okay, here's that fifth topic I was going to talk about. Depression. A lot of us deal with it, and a lot of us don't know how to actually deal with it. I mean, it just hits you for no reason, and you feel worthless. Look, if you are thinking about suicide, please reach out to somebody. Please, I'm begging you. I've attempted suicide when I was younger, when I was about 13, and I'm so happy that it never worked. I'm so happy because everything's so much better now. Life has just gotten so beautiful for me. I'm sure you've heard this before. Suicide is just a permanent solution to a temporary problem, and it's the truth. You all have a purpose. You are all worth something. If you feel like you have no one to go to, find my contact information in the description and get in touch with me. Most likely on Facebook, it's probably easiest, but if you really need someone to listen to, I'll be there. I will do my best to help you get out of whatever rut you're in. I'll give you advice, or I will just listen. Whatever you need me to do. I wrote a poem at the beginning of this year, and I kind of feel like it's relevant, and I'd like to read it. So please bear with me. It's probably a very, very shitty poem in some of y'all's opinion, but you know what? I don't care. I wrote it. I'm proud of it. So, okay. Here we go. Sometimes life is hard. You win and you lose. You live and you learn. Most of the time, it's just a ruse. The dark times are not forever. You will move on. You will forgive and forget, and through it all, you will grow strong. Loss, betrayal, heartbreak, you will experience it all. And just when you think you've overcome it, you hit another brick wall. But piece by piece, the bricks will fall. Your heart and soul will mend, because you will find that one person with whom your life you will spend. They will pick up the broken pieces and hold you together during the worst. They will fill your heart with love until it feels like it will burst. They will be there when you need them, and even when you don't. You'll get upset and pissed, want to hate them, but won't. But in order to find this person, the sunrise in your night, you must not give up. Never quit the fight. Love with all your heart. Give everything you've got. And if the love is not returned, move on without another thought. Loss is a terrible tragedy, one of the hardest things to go through. But keep them in your heart, and they will never leave you. Betrayal is tough, a critical hit to the soul. But if they are willing to cross you, then in your life they have no role. Heartbreak, the worst of it all, a pain so wild and strong. Cuts the deepest and burns the hottest and makes you feel like everything is wrong. Words are our worst weapon, sometimes our biggest regret. When we say what we don't mean, forever we will fret. We will always think, what if? Could it have turned out better? We wallow in our pity and anguish as our pillows continue to get wetter. We must not dwell on the past, only learn from our mistakes. From this we will be taught how to sort out the fakes. Rid yourself of the negative, the ones who bring you down. Eject them from your life before they let you drown. No one knows you like you. You know what you deserve. So don't sell yourself short. In your heart you will preserve. You are special, even if you don't believe it to be true. You will find love from the one made just for you. Now, this talks about finding your soulmate. Let me add another little tidbit. Don't go searching for your soulmate. Let them come to you. They will come into your life when they are meant to. Okay? Don't just go out there and force, like I said, don't force happiness upon yourself. It won't work. You need to focus on you. You need to make yourself happy. You need to become independent and learn how to, not rely on somebody else to make you happy. Otherwise, you never will be. I hope this video helps. And I know I've left out some stuff. I know I have. I'm sitting here trying to think of what it is, but I've covered enough. I might end up making a part 2 if I have to. But I love you all. I care about everyone. And like I said, if you need me, I'm here. All right? Deuces.